If you're a business owner, 2026 is not business as usual kind of year because the tax rules have changed and most people won't realize until they owe more than they expected. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 2026 tax law changes in plain English, what changed and what matters and what you need to do to protect your income. In the book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, it says, "My people perish for a lack of knowledge." So today I'm going to educate you so you could fix that. Here's what you need to understand. Tax law changes don't just affect your life. They don't just affect your filing. They affect how much you keep and what you can deduct and how much the IRS evaluates your business. And in 2026, enforcement and visibility has increased. This means if your structure is weak, it's going to show up even faster than it did before. This is not the year to figure it out later, as a lot of homeschooling moms in business tend to push things off until later. So first major shift that you need to be aware of is the IRS sees more than ever before. I mentioned this in a previous video where the IRS is using AI tools and with expanded reporting from payment apps, the banks, the third-party processors, they're asking for permissions for stuff that they never used to, but now because of the rule changes, they are able to gain access to your financial information long before you even know that they're onto you. So your income is being tracked from multiple angles, okay? So if what you report doesn't match what they see, that's a problem. So what you need to do about that, number one, is clean, accurate books. Get your protection in place. Start with clean, accurate books. Okay. Number two is the second change. The IRS is using smarter analytics. They're starting comparing your business to industries in the same, like your business to other businesses in the same industry. They're looking at profit margins. They're looking at deduction ratios. So if your numbers are off as compared to somebody else in your industry, they're looking at that and comparing it and see, well, what's going on right here? And this is where people get caught saying, I didn't think it was a big deal. I could deduct, well, is it an industry standard? Okay. But the system sees it as a red flag usually. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to stop guessing and thinking, well, she's doing that, so I could do it too. And what you need to do is start building a strategy based on real numbers. Now, the third shift is deductions are being scrutinized more than ever before. So historically, we looked at home office deduction that was scrutinized a lot. It's still being scrutinized a lot. I've had clients who come in and the IRS is doing a soft audit, is what we call it, because some of their numbers don't add up. So the IRS will ask for extra documentation on supporting what these deductions are. They're also looking at business expenses, family payroll, and the IRS is asking, can you prove ordinary and necessary and legitimate according to Code Section 162 that I'm sure you will hear a lot about on the internet space, okay? So not just did you claim it, okay, but do you have the documentation to substantiate it? So what you need to do is make sure that you document everything like you're going to be audited. Document it like you have the IRS knocking at your door right now, okay? Because one day they just might. All right, number 4 is to shift your strategy, shift your mindset, shift your frame of thinking. This is the biggest shift. The advantage now belongs to people who plan ahead because many tax benefits only work before year end, so before December 31st. If you wait until the filing season, the ship's already sailed and you can't get it. Not because we don't want to give you, but because it's now become illegal and now you're poking your head up on something that the IRS is going to be like, okay, that was illegal. You can't do that. So this is where planning comes into play with your business, with your strategies. Okay. So change number 5 is for homeschooling moms, homeschooling business owners. This matters the most. Okay. The IRS is paying more attention to family-based structures. Like I can't tell you, like we pulled our kids out of school several years ago when we started homeschooling. And after we pulled our kids out, like tons of other people have pulled their kids out of public school, private Christian school, just pull their kids out of school altogether. And when you pull and a large portion of society starts pulling their kids and we still have to pay property tax or estate tax or whatever, you go ahead and you do that, but I'm pulling my kid out to homeschool, you best believe that the government is going to have a problem with that. And so one of the things that they look at is looking at now the people who pull their kids out of school, how they're capitalizing that money. Okay. So that includes paying your kids shared household experiences, blended and personal and business expenses. These are strategies that still work, but only when it's done correctly. And I can't stress that structure. The right structure is important when you do it properly. So let's reframe this for you. This isn't bad news. This is a wake-up call, because the goal isn't just to make money. It's like, let's keep it, let's protect it, and let's steward it well, okay? In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, it's verse 2, it says, moreover, it is required for stewards that they be found faithful. You're a steward, I'm a steward, okay? So here's the truth. Most business owners won't want to adjust, okay? They'll keep doing exactly what they've always done and thinking it will pay off later, okay? But the ones who win in 2026 are the ones who build structure now. Okay, so that's exactly why I created the Profit and Presence Blueprint, to help you understand what applies to you, your particular family structure, your particular business. Okay, to do the build clean, compliant systems according to IRS, within the IRS framework. Okay, reduces taxes strategically and actually create margins in your life, because more money without the proper structure only creates stress. Okay, we want to create freedom, and if you're ready to stop guessing, what I want you to do is click on the link below. There is a free training in the description that I walk you through the 5 major steps that homeschooling moms in business are messing up and causing them to lose their profit margins in their business, as well as to lose their presence with being with their kids that they have earned the time. Like, for you to be promoted to being a parent is a huge thing, and many of us are missing it because we're just stuck on working and missing the actual time, the value, the presence with our kids. So remember, clarity beats chaos. And when you understand the rules, you stop reacting and you start acting on purpose. And I want you to start building on purpose, okay? So that you can start achieving both profit and presence within your framework, within the tax code, within God's rules and God's laws that He's already established for you before the beginning of the earth, okay? Before the foundation of earth. So if this video blesses you, I want you to like and subscribe, and click the subscribe button so that you can get future videos that pop up in this series. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you.